Apple was hit with a major blow last week. US President Donald Trump threatened to impose 25% tariffs on iPhones if Apple decides to make them in India. He also extended his warning to Samsung after targeting Apple. He said that any phone companies selling in the US must make in the US or bear 25% tariff.
It would be more. It would be also Samsung and anybody that makes that product. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair. So anybody that makes that product, and that'll start on, I guess, the end of June. It'll come out. I think we have that appropriately done by the end of June. So if they make that product. Now, again, when they build their plant here, there's no tariff.
Remember, Apple has been shifting its manufacturing from China to India as India has lower tariffs compared to other Asian countries and has everything it needs to manufacture phones. As per reports, Tim Cook revealed that most iPhones sold in the US in the June quarter would be made in India. But Trump seems to be very unhappy with Apple's decision and he has been wanting companies to make in America. But will this hit Apple or India significantly? Well, maybe not. Because as per a report by Global Trade Research Initiative, it says that the total production cost would be still much lower if the phones are made in India compared to manufacturing devices in the US, even with a 25% tariff. Now, this report breaks down the current value chain of a $1,000 iPhone, which involves contribution from a dozen of countries. So let's look at the breakdown of this iPhone. Apple retains the largest share of value, about $450 per device, through its brand, software, and design. US component makers like Qualcomm and Broadcom add $80, while Taiwan contributes $150 through chip manufacturing. South Korea adds $90 via OLED screens and memory chips. Japan supplies components worth $85, mainly through camera systems. Germany, Vietnam, and Malaysia account for another $45 through small parts. Now coming to China and India, despite being major players of iPhone assembly, earn only $30 per device. This is less than 3% of the total retail price of an iPhone at $1,000. Now, the report says that manufacturing in India is still economically viable with a 25% tariff, mainly because of the sharp difference in labor costs. In India, assembly workers earn approximately $230 per month, while in the US states like California, the cost would be around $2,900 per month, which is a 13-fold increase. So as a result, the assembly of iPhone in India costing about $30 would cost $390 if assembled in US. So if Apple assembles in the US, the profit will fall drastically from $450 to just $60 unless the retail prices are significantly increased, and that won't be good for Americans as well because the cost of buying for consumers will rise. Apple also gets a benefit in PLI scheme on iPhone manufacturing in India from the government, which further makes India an attractive option. So well, looks like Trump's threat is not going to affect Apple or India as much. For more such news and views, keep watching ET Now.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.